经济增长的重要引擎。我们要有向外看的胸怀，维护多边贸易体制，推动自由贸易区建设，促进贸易和投资自由化、便利化。
Amidst the ambitious launch of the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, by President Xi Jinping in 2013, aiming to forge extensive infrastructure links across Eurasia, Latin America, and Africa, questions arise about its future sustainability and impact. Often likened to the New Silk Road, the BRI spans over 140 countries, encompassing a significant portion of global population and GDP, with projects ranging from roads and railways to ports and digital infrastructure. Despite its grand scale and potential economic benefits, the BRI faces substantial criticism and challenges that cast doubts on its long-term viability. Critics of the BRI highlight several contentious issues, including concerns over transparency in project implementation and fears of creating debt dependency among developing nations involved. These critiques, often amplified by Western powers and international organizations, challenge China's assertions about the initiative's positive contributions to global connectivity and economic growth. As of early 2024, the BRI has inked over 200 cooperation agreements with numerous countries and international bodies, underscoring its vast influence and geopolitical reach. However, the BRI's path forward remains fraught with uncertainties. Questions persist about the initiative's ability to navigate geopolitical tensions, mitigate environmental impacts, and ensure equitable benefits for all participating nations. Despite these challenges, China continues to expand the BRI's footprint, positioning itself as a major creditor to developing countries, having already committed over $1 trillion to infrastructure projects worldwide. The future trajectory of the BRI hinges on how effectively China addresses these criticisms, enhances transparency, and recalibrates its approach to debt sustainability. Whether the BRI can evolve into a sustainable and mutually beneficial initiative or succumb to geopolitical pressures and internal challenges will shape its legacy on the global stage.
China's carried out investment and financing cooperation with developing countries based on openness and transparency. China respects market laws, international rules, and the will of relevant countries. China has never forced any country to borrow money or to pay, won't attach political conditions to loans, and doesn't seek political gains.
任何政治私利。
The BRI comprises 6 land corridors for urban growth, connected via road, rail, energy, and digital infrastructure, alongside the Maritime Silk Road focused on port development. Initially introduced as the Silk Road Economic Belt by President Xi Jinping in 2013 during a visit to Kazakhstan, the BRI seeks to revive historic trade routes. Despite criticism regarding environmental impact and sustainability, efforts toward a greener BRI have emerged. Initiatives like the 2018 Green Investment Principles, GIP, mandate climate risk mitigation and promote green investment targets. However, challenges remain, with ongoing coal projects like the Labada No. 7 coal plant in 2024 and proposed ventures in Gwadar, Pakistan, drawing scrutiny. Despite setbacks, investments in sectors like mining, technology, and renewable energy are expected to drive future growth.
新加坡完全可以在共建“一带一路”的进程当中扮演一个非常重要的角色。我想，它不仅会深化我们两国的全方位的合作伙伴关系的内涵，而且也会为新加坡的今后的发展开辟更大的空间。同时呢，也会为这个地区的和平与发展注入新的正能量。
By enhancing trade and securing vital resources such as oil, gas, and minerals from partner countries, trade between China and BRI nations has surpassed $19.1 trillion over the last decade, significantly enhancing China's exports and economic resilience amid global uncertainties. Despite concerns over increased carbon dioxide gas emissions, BRI investments aim to promote sustainable development. However, issues such as debt accumulation and global economic shifts pose ongoing challenges. The concept of debt trap diplomacy gained prominence following Sri Lanka's experience with China, making it a critical case study. The conventional narrative suggests that China extended loans to Sri Lanka to construct the Hambantota port on the southern coast, anticipating Colombo's debt distress. This, the story goes, allowed Beijing to take control of the port, ostensibly for strategic purposes, including potential use by the Chinese Navy. Indian analysts argue that the BRI is a tool for China to advance its strategic interests in South Asia, with ambitions such as establishing a Chinese naval outpost, a strategy described as salami slicing. The fate of the Hambantota port, leased to a Chinese company for 99 years, has been a focal point in debates over the BRI. Western analysts and media have cited Hambantota as evidence of China's debt trap strategy, intended to seize control of critical infrastructure. The port was envisioned to alleviate pressure on Colombo and serve as a logistics hub for ships needing refueling, maintenance, and supplies. Initially, Sri Lanka sought Indian financial support for the port, but India deemed the project commercially unviable. Subsequently, in 2006, Sri Lanka negotiated a commercial loan with China, which was initially unable to fund the project due to other commitments. The Export-Import Bank of China eventually agreed to finance 85% of the first phase with a $306 million 15-year loan at 6.3% interest, including a 0.3% administration fee. Financing for the second phase, negotiated post-2008 financial crisis, saw significantly lower rates, around 2%, given the then-low LIBOR rates. Sri Lanka faced high-risk premiums due to ongoing internal civil conflict, secured this funding without Chinese pressure or incentives for new borrowing at lower rates. The Sri Lanka Ports Authority managed Hambantota from 2012 to late 2014, with minimal traffic and failed bunkering services due to a lack of international partnerships. The port's inability to generate sufficient revenues was compounded by poor governance, limited commercial activities, and failure to attract vessels, leading to a $304 million loss by 2016. Following a government change in January 2015, which halted port activities, Sri Lanka faced increasing pressure to meet IMF conditions. In July 2017, the government entered a public-private partnership with China Merchants Port Holdings, not a debt equity swap, to restructure the port's operations. The Hambantota port's failure was largely due to Sri Lanka's emerging economy status, inadequate managerial skills, and lack of international collaboration. Once these issues are addressed, the port's future will look promising. Despite regional and multilateral reluctance, China's financial support exemplified the spirit of the BRI. A New York Times report suggested that China lured Sri Lanka into a debt trap through the BRI. But historical records show that the port project began in 2007, predating the BRI's 2013 launch. The lending was not part of a strategic plan. While the BRI aims to enhance economic cooperation, facilitate production flows, and optimize resource distribution, it has faced criticism from vested interest and malicious actors. The narrative around Hambantota has often been distorted, casting China in a negative light. The Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, in 2024 remains a beacon of global development despite facing significant challenges and criticisms. China continues to drive the BRI forward with resilience, emphasizing sustainability and strategic initiatives aimed at fostering international cooperation and connectivity. China's commitment to greening BRI projects underscores its proactive stance towards environmental sustainability on a global scale. By prioritizing green energy solutions and enhancing infrastructure efficiency, China aims to reduce carbon footprints associated with BRI developments. This approach not only aligns with global environmental goals, but also enhances China's reputation as a responsible global stakeholder. Trade facilitation under the BRI is poised to make substantial strides, with projections suggesting improved transportation infrastructure that could reduce travel times along key corridors by 12% by 2030. Such enhancements are expected to lower trading costs, benefiting participating nations and boosting regional economic integration. Pakistan stands as a notable example of BRI's impact, with initiatives like the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor driving significant advancements in infrastructure, including the ambitious ML1 railway project. These developments are poised to modernize Pakistan's trade routes and stimulate economic growth by improving connectivity between seaports and economic zones. Despite its transformative potential, the BRI faces criticisms and obstacles, particularly concerning debt sustainability in participating countries. Critics often raise concerns about the so-called Chinese debt trap, accusing China of burdening developing nations with unsustainable loans. However, a closer examination reveals that while China's involvement in some projects has contributed to debt burdens, its role is often exaggerated. Reports indicate that China's share of debt in countries like Sri Lanka is relatively small compared to other international creditors. Moreover, China has taken proactive steps to alleviate debt burdens in various countries through debt relief programs and loan forgiveness initiatives. For instance, China has forgiven significant debts, including notable cases in Africa and Asia, demonstrating its commitment to supporting sustainable development and fostering equitable partnerships under the BRI framework. Despite facing substantial challenges, the fate of the Belt and Road Initiative BRI rests on its ability to effectively confront these obstacles, prioritize transparency, and implement sustainable management practices. Issues such as difficulties in local labor integration and resulting social tensions are formidable but not insurmountable. The future success of the BRI hinges on how well these lessons are acknowledged and applied. To ensure the BRI continues to have a positive impact, Chinese companies must deepen their engagement with local communities, comply rigorously with local labor regulations, and invest significantly in training programs for local workers. These actions are crucial not only for overcoming immediate challenges, but also for building trust and fostering stronger community relations. Moreover, enhancing transparency in project implementation and decision-making processes is essential. This will address concerns regarding economic fairness and ensure that the benefits of BRI projects are equitably shared. Despite its hurdles, the BRI is far from a doomed endeavor. It remains a pivotal force in shaping global infrastructure and economic connectivity. By learning from past setbacks and actively tackling its challenges, the BRI has the potential to evolve into a more inclusive and sustainable initiative. This evolution will enhance its credibility, effectiveness, and positive impact on global economic development and international relations. Thank you for tuning into our channel. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of global issues.